Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Monday workout. Let's begin this week with 2 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio, and then I want you to go through the next sequence, 2 rounds. Since we're doing some lunging and squatting work, I want to warm up the hips and the hip flexors really well. So we're going to do our lateral bench step over. So when we do these, try to get your knee up higher than your hip, reach out as far as you can, and then step over, and then match it with the other foot, knee up as high as you can, and reach all the way over, right? So we're doing that 8 times per side. Next one, we're gonna do a quad pull with an iso hold. So the first thing I want you to do is, oh gosh, there it is, there's that hamstring cramp. Squeeze your heel to your butt, and then grab your ankle, right, and pull. And then on the other side, let's see if I can make this one do it too. Squeeze your heel to your butt, yep, there it is. And usually at the end range of knee flexion, if you squeeze your hamstring from that position, you will get it to cramp, and this is a good thing to learn the position and the amount of tension that you can pull without having it cramp. A lot of times muscle cramps are a result of just conditioning and position familiarity that your body and your nervous system has with that muscle. So the more that you do that, the more or the less it will happen in the future, right? It's kind of like a weird reaction that your muscle has to an unfamiliar position and a lot of muscular tension, and so it just locks everything up because the signal gets scrambled. And as far as I understand it, we don't really understand as scientifically what cramps come from other than electrolyte deficiency or some type of weird nervous system signaling. But what we do know is that when you take care of your diet, get enough salt in your diet, and you familiarize yourself with more of those positions, your cramping will generally go away. So if that's something that you struggle with, it is actually like you have to let the cramp happen, lean into it. It's not going to hurt you, right? It just is very, very uncomfortable when it happens. It'll make you kind of jump like I just did, okay? All right, sorry. Next one, you're gonna have kips and then alternating leg raise. So I'll start on my bar, get my kips forward, reverse. After that, I stop. If I need to reach out and touch something, I'll stop it. And then alternating leg raise, also using that kipping rhythm, okay? 4 reps on each side, and then finish with some frog hops. On the frog hops, the most important part is just a soft landing, right? So I don't care really how high you jump, as long as you're trying to jump relatively high and trying to make sure that your feet are softly contacting the ground, so it's a control and proprioception exercise. So with my fingertips touching the ground, jump, pull my knees up as long as I can land relatively soft. So if I see a horsey landing, I say jump a little bit lower and try to control the landing a little bit better. All right, so our exercise, strength work for today, coupled with a superset of some core, is a back rack lunge, or when we do them in place, I call them lunge squats because your feet aren't moving, but you'll have the bar in the back rack position like we would be doing for back squats, only now we're gonna take a stance, a lunging stance. We're just gonna go down, tap that back knee, and extend back up. Tap the back knee, extend back up. When I get to 8, then I can bring my feet back together, switch stances, and then do the other 8 on the opposite leg. If you want a little additional challenge, you can put your back foot up on a plate or 2 plates. Don't put it up too high, and make sure you still have the ball of your foot engaged on the back leg, but it will just increase the range of motion and the draw on that rear hip flexor. So it makes it feel a little bit more stretchy, a little bit more challenging. If you're looking for percentages on this, think somewhere in the 40 to 50% of your 1 rep max back squat is what you want to be using for the lunge squats, okay? All right, superset is V sit-ups. All right, so from the ground, laying on the back, reach up, try to balance on your butt every time you do these and touch your toes. So not just reaching for my toes and curling, but hinging at the hips and getting my whole body up off the ground right there. That is our superset. We're gonna do all 4 rounds of the strength work with the superset. When you are done, you need a calorie on the bike, and then you need a place to do some air squats. So this one, I don't know if you can see me right here, this would be a great one for me, right? It's about 6 inches above my maximum vertical reach. So as long as I got that staked out, I'm ready to go. All right, so let's say 3, 2, 1, go. You're gonna get 30 seconds of max calories on the bike. 30 seconds is a relatively short period of time, so I wanna see a very, very high intensity on that. Then immediately into a 30-second rest. It's not gonna be enough time to rest, right? You're not gonna recover, but you will catch your breath a little bit, and that's your time to kind of walk to your squatting station. And then you're gonna get 45 seconds for as many reps as you can get of an air squat to a jump touch and at that 6 inches above my vertical reach. So squat, jump and touch, squat, jump and touch, squat, jump and touch, right? And ideally, we're doing that with a little bit of athletic poise, right? So where you land, as your feet hit the ground, you should go right into your next squat, jump and touch, land right into your next squat. Try not to make it so that you jump and then stutter step around and then reset your stance. That'll slow you way down. So try to jump, land into your next rep of that jumping air squat. And then at the end of that, you'll get a 1 minute and 15-second rest. 12 inches. I was doing the burpee target. So this one, it would be more like, that would be a better one for me if I had my hands at a foot is where I want to jump. That's about the height. And you can tune that. If a foot is too high to jump, that's fine. Make it a reasonable target that wins you in 45 seconds and lets you get a good number of reps in. So I don't want anyone to hit muscle failure. I want it to be all just accumulating that, like the waste products of muscular combustion in your legs. So there's a lot of burning, a lot of continuous motion. Should be no resting during the 30-second bike sprint or the 45-second air squat to a jump, okay? And that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on Tuesday.